Okay, this is something I want to share with you. Um, there's a game store in my area called Game Exchange, and I like to go in there a lot because they sell retro games, current gen and retro games. But they have this special. I believe it's $7.95. I think any game $7.95 or less, it's a buy two get one free. And I always try to take advantage of that because you can get build up your game collection and save a third of the amount if you do it right. Of course, their policy is like the lowest game price is what they give you for free. But if you try to match up the games in price, you're almost getting about a third of the price off. Okay, so let's go over these games I got. This is Top Gear Rally for the Nintendo 64, and when I was in college, I used to play this a lot. I got a 64, and this is one of the first games I got. And here it is $4.95. That's $5 essentially. Moving on. Now this is Frogger. This probably isn't my favorite version of Frogger, but it's simple to play on the Intellivision because you only have to worry about the directional pad. When you start having to press the button on the side repeatedly, it gets annoying. This copy of Frogger has actually been in my local game exchange for a long time. I just never did buy it because it's got this part torn off, and I was trying to find a better copy. But anyway, this is $4.95. And look, they mislabeled it actually. Games Atari. So some of these guys at Game Exchange that work there don't know much about retro games. Oh, this is an Atari game. It's a cartridge. And this is the last one, Miss Pac-Man Special Color Edition for the Game Boy Color. This is, actually, no, this is a Game Boy. This is a black Game Boy game. And it is $5.95. These black ones were released in the Game Boy Color era. And they usually have some templates just designed for the Game Boy Color. Okay, so this is 6, which is the most expensive, 5, and 5. So essentially, that's about $16. And if you can look at on the price chart, I've got a calculator here, and it's about $16. So roughly the same price here as it was in Game Exchange, roughly. Of course, these are all loose. Anyway, at my local Game Exchange, I go by there a lot, and the manager, she actually calls me out by name every time I go in and says hello to me. So I have a good relationship with them, and actually, what she did, she gave this one, the $6 one, the most expensive one, is the one she gave me for free. So I got this one and I paid for this one and this one, which is $5 a piece. And I wound up paying a little bit more than $10. It was $10 and some change. So these games are kind of in rough shape. It's got some marker on it and some dirt. I can clean that off. I usually clean this stuff off with magic eraser, but I've seen videos where you can clean them off with dry erase markers, cover them up, and then clean it off, and you can eventually get it off like that. It's much quicker with the magic eraser, but it's a little bit more rough on it, because the magic eraser is it's actually kind of like sandpaper. It sands it down, so it's very fine though, but it's still a little rough on your games. This one, I don't know if I can clean that up too much or not. I definitely can't fix that. But this was something to have, because recently I've been playing my Intellivision a lot more. I don't like the Intellivision very much. The controllers are really bad. I don't like them at all. I'd rather use an Atari joystick. But I recently got an Intellivision 2. And the Intellivision 2, I like playing it better for some reason. The controllers, I guess, are a little bit easier to handle. They're a little smaller. I really haven't compared them, but I just like playing the Intellivision 2. And it's compact as well, so. And I've got another video about the system changer that hooks up to the Intellivision. Now, I've had it hooked up to my Intellivision 2 just to play Atari 2600 games, just for the heck of it. But I've got several ways of playing the 2600. I've got a ColecoVision expander module. I got a Intellivision 2, well, Intellivision system changer, of course. I've got a Atari 7800, which in my opinion, the Atari 7800 is the best way to play Atari 2600 games, because not only do you get to play Atari 2600 games and use the same controllers, but also you can play those Atari 7800 games, which is a lot better graphics than the Atari 2600. It's got the same sound chip, but there's some good games for the Atari 7800. I mean, I love Galaga. Anyway, I also have a few Atari 2600s themselves. I got a Heavy Sixer, I got a Black Vader. I've also got Sears Video Arcade 2. And so I have no shortage of ways to play Atari games. But back to the subject at hand. I'm sorry for rambling a little bit, but you know, there's ways to get deals on games, and you've got to be able to pick up on them. You know, keep your eye out and think about it. Because whenever I go into Game Exchange, if I'm going to pick up one game, you know, I always say, you know, I've got to find 2 more games, because I'm going to miss out on saving some money, because like I said, I essentially got this one for free after paying for these, and that's a 33% discount. You know, well, actually, that's probably more, since this is was $6. This was more than these, so, but you get the drift. If you can plan it out right, just say this game was $4.95. If you got 3 games at $4.95, that would work out exactly to 33%. Anyway, I hope this inspires you and helps you to get out there and find the games that you want and find good deals on them. Because we all need to save a little money. Because the more money we save, the more money we have to spend on stuff we need and stuff we want. Alright, thank you.